Click It podcast. I'm Vaux.
I'm Natasha.
Welcome to, is this technically All Hallows Eve?
Yeah, I mean, Halloween Eve.
Well, All Hallows Eve, not to be confused with the movie that initially started the reigning terror of Art the Clown, or All Hallows Eve 2, that is the sequel to that movie that doesn't even have Art the Clown in it, or the 2016 mess of All Hallows Eve, which looks like a Disney film. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm just going on to that.
Yeah. Well, actually, in Michigan, it's called Devil's Night.
Not anymore. They changed that about 5-6 years ago.
Okay, well,
it's now Angel's Night.
It will always be Devil's Night to me.
You can't say the devil because people get fucking mad about it. And they get all torn to pieces and upset because the devil.
Whatever.
So now it's Angel's Night and you're supposed to go out and do a good deed instead of like egging your fucking teacher's car or something.
Go TP your teacher's house.
Did you ever do anything?
Yeah, we TP'd people's houses all the time. I went out with my friend Leah and her mom. We would go out all the time.
Really?
Yeah. So
I never went out because I grew up in a really small town. There wasn't. But I live out in the middle of the boonies.
Her mom's wild. I think her and my dad went to high school together. But
I recall vaguely, and you know my dad, so this isn't too far off of a story. But maybe people that don't know me or my father would say that I'm bullshitting a little, but I'm pretty sure someone said like one time, like, "Oh, we're gonna come TP your house," and my dad's like, "I'll shoot you if you come on my lawn."
Jesus.
And, like, had a gun ready. I think.
Yeah,
I don't remember, but like for some reason that's like a memory that
your dad is someone that I would never fuck with.
Yeah, right.
Like when I think about like making a joke to him, I always have to verify with you first that I can make that joke because I'm like, I don't want to cross a line. But no, anyways. It's always Devil's Night. I don't think the only time that anything actually happened to me or my car or my house or whatever was like high school powder puff. So it had nothing to do with Devil's Night. Whatever. It was just my car getting egged because bitches.
Yeah, it just never happened.
Well, it was fun. You want to go out tonight?
No. Halloween Eve. Tomorrow's Halloween. We're finally done with this. No Luke today, and I want to apologize for those who are clicking on the blue thumbnail because they thought that Luke was here. He's not. He's a busy boy. He's got a lot going on, and wasn't able to make it.
What do you mean? I'm here.
Oh, that's not a good impression.
No, I don't know how to impersonate Luke.
Nope, that was very bad. Yeah. Today we watched also, speaking of very bad movie called Dead Silence.
Which has been on our list since the first Halloween extravaganza.
Yeah.
I have wanted to watch it for years.
Well, we went out to Maine and, actually Massachusetts because we went to Salem.
We flew into Boston.
And we went through this museum, and this guy had like a bunch of props and a bunch of crazy stuff that apparently was like legit shit. And one of the first things, what's it called?
Well, I'm going to plug him.
Oh, okay.
So it's Count Orlok's Nightmare Gallery.
Oh, that's right.
Not that, I mean, maybe we've got some listeners from
Well, it doesn't matter if you're listening
Coast,
and you're interested.
It was cool.
It was cool. I feel like it was a little expensive, but
we went to like 3 other museums that day.
Yeah.
And they were like $5 to get in, and then this one was what, like 25 or something?
I think it was like 15 or 20, not 25. But regardless,
it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, there was a lot in there though.
Yeah,
and
the guy was cool too.
I just don't know what was real and what wasn't, but regardless, the first person prop thing that you see when you walk in is Billy, and I don't know her damn name. The ventriloquist who puppets Billy. She is
Mary Shaw.
Oh yes, Mary Shaw. Anyways, she's the first thing you see in there. So we added it to our list after that, or maybe it was before.
I've wanted to watch it for a while, but all I knew was the dummy. I didn't know anything. I didn't know who Mary Shaw was. So when I saw her, I was like, "Is that The Conjuring?"
The thing that really, let's just get into this. The big thing with this movie is like the Annabelle effect, right? Where there's this creepy ass puppet that is coming to life and killing people.
Yeah.
And like that first murder, it was like, oh, okay. But after that, every single murder was the same. They all just get stunned in this ripped open mouth pose.
Because they screamed.
I understand. And they're cut because they're supposed to be like puppets, but just, it got boring. Like that whole thing.
Well, you are someone that likes different kills.
Yeah, I like a bunch of
So,
different
like,
stuff.
whenever you see a movie, you want everything to be different.
And not to, but we should refer back to, and I'm thinking of things on this list that we've already watched this month that if you haven't listened to our shows and you're interested in our thoughts about it, go back and listen. But Studio 666, the Foo Fighters movie, there were so many different like kills. Every kill was different. Every kill was creative. Too long of a movie, but it was still like those were really unique. You know, everything was very, you were just looking forward to the next kill. Not only is the quality off in this movie due to its age, but realistically, I feel like we've watched other movies that have been way older than 2007, and
the quality was
it's just terrible.
Like the filters
quality
on it.
Well, the whole movie was blue.
But yeah, before we forget, the director of this movie also directed the first Saw,
which is, I'm a huge Saw fan.
His name's James Wan.
Yeah, James Wan.
He did The Conjuring.
Very Saw oriented.
Yes.
Like, did the first Saw come out before this one?
Yeah, the first Saw, I think we said came out in 2005.
I thought it was 4, but
2004, sorry. And then this movie came out in 2007.
Well, the thing that, like, there's a lot of continuity, or not continuity. What's the word I'm looking for? Comparisons. Duh.
Yeah.
A lot of comparisons between Saw and this one. And, the thing that really grinds my gears, if I'm going to go all Peter Griffin on you, is the fact that the puppet in this movie is named Billy, and the puppet in Saw is also named Billy. That came out before this movie, which was directed by the same person. You don't think that he would say to the writers, I don't know if he wrote Saw 1 or this movie, but you don't think he would say, I don't know, do something different.
What about Bobby? It doesn't even have to be
like something unique instead of Billy.
I mean, but it doesn't even have to be like.
Could be Greg the puppet.
Could be Bobby.
Whatever. I hated it. I hated the fact that puppet was named Billy.
Yeah, you got too hung up on that fact.
It was pissing me off.
Well, this movie, another one that really just wasted no time getting going, which I really prefer because I feel like lately movies are just so fucking long.
Well, we've said that time and time again, but it's ironic that you say that this movie wasted no time, but I feel like there was nothing fucking going on. Like, there was...
Well, I mean, it wasted no time getting to the action.
What are you talking about? There was a 25-minute intro. The credits were so fucking long.
Oh, God.
They wasted no time because they had no time left in the movie.
They wasted no time killing, but they definitely, like, this movie was like 129 minutes or something.
It was 89 minutes.
Or sorry, I meant 100, an hour 29.
Yeah, it was 89 minutes long. It barely crossed over that 90-minute mark because I feel like a couple extra credit things at the end pushed it over the 90-minute mark. But no.
The main character, which really like just was a cherry on top of this for me, was Ryan Kwanten.
Okay,
and he's Jason Stackhouse from True Blood.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
And I am in love with that man.
He's ugly.
He is so cute.
Oh my god!
And he plays in True Blood. He's like the same. He's the same character in every single show.
Sure, because he's being cast in schlock horror.
But he's always like this dumb guy that just like really doesn't have any idea what's going on. And
is he playing a part, or is that actually him? Because he looks stupid.
Listen, if it is, I'll take care of you. I love him.
No offense, Ryan. You'll never listen to this, but you look dumb.
You look hot.
You look dumb. You act dumb. You are dumb, probably. There you go. The only person that I knew right off the bat, which, again, as you mentioned, waste no time, was Donnie Wahlberg. And it's because he's in the Saw franchises as well. He starts in Saw 2, though.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Saw 2 was right after this movie. I'm sure they did, he probably did back-to-back acting with this because he plays a detective in that movie as he does in this movie. So this is just gonna be a fucking Dead Silence vs. Saw episode for me. But,
yeah, geez. Okay, so anyway,
yeah, go ahead.
Starts off, there's this young couple and this woman is pregnant, and
but we don't know that.
Yeah, she's like acting, she's pretending to be pregnant,
she,
or like
stuffs
putting a pillow
sweatshirt
in her. Yeah, and then they get a doll delivered to their front door. And they're like, what is this? Blah, 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 blah. No one knows what it's from. And then he leaves to go get takeout, comes home, and she's dead with her mouth sliced open. And he pulls apart the box that the doll came in and figures out that it's from Raven's Fair, right?
I don't know.
Which is the town that he grew up in. So he goes to the town he grew up in and kind of just researches what's going on. And are you just not gonna?
No, you're doing great.
Yeah. Okay. So
You're
he
doing
goes
great.
and researches it. There's a woman named Mary Shaw that there's a whole rhyme about her, how she loved her dolls. And this part, like, this is where like it just was not catching me.
See, I feel like once Mary was brought into the story, it did better because there's two good things in this movie.
Well, I mean, up until like while he's going there, up until he meets Harry.
Henry?
Henry?
I don't know. Who are you talking about? The old guy?
Yeah, the old man.
Henry, yeah.
Henry. Okay, up until he meets Henry, like this movie is so fucking boring. Once they get into like the anthology of it is when it caught me. And I could watch an entire movie just on
that's what
Mary
they
Shaw.
should have done.
Yeah.
Because that flashback, not only does it star one of our favorite actors from the Netflix series Atypical. What's his goddamn name?
Keir
Gilchrist or Gilchrist.
Yeah.
And he does great, but he is shown as a little boy, Henry. He's the young Henry.
Yeah.
Who is the owner of the funeral home morgue, right?
The morgue.
The morgue.
Yeah.
Anyways, it shows him at like Mary Shaw's show. And
Yeah.
she's doing the ventriloquism, and there's a kid that like critiques her about, oh, we can see your mouth moving when you're talking with the dummy, and then they talk at the same time, and it kind of insinuates that Billy is alive, right? That was really good, and you know what that flashback did too? It removed the fucking blue filter off of the movie.
Right.
It went to normal
Well, it was
frickin'
kind of
screening.
orange though, wasn't it?
Well, it was supposed to be like
Maybe it looked orange
old-timey.
because we were looking at blue.
Right. It was supposed to be like a little old-timey like film effect on it, but that was the best part of it. Well, one of the best parts. There's only two good things in this movie.
Yeah,
but
his dad ends up getting remarried after he can't keep a wife, which that didn't even make any sense near the end of the movie.
And it has nothing to do with the story.
No. So his dad gets remarried to this young woman, and apparently he had a stroke, so now he's in a wheelchair.
What's her name? Because she was the other. This is the other good thing in this movie. Amber Valletta.
Yeah.
I know her from something. I don't know what she's in, but I know her from something. And
Max Keeble's Big Move.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I know her from. Although I do remember that movie quite well.
Yeah.
Oh no, she's in Gamer and Hitch. I wonder if she's like the girlfriend or love interest in either of those. But regardless, that portion of the story, which we'll obviously get into real quick, is really good, along with the flashback.
Yeah.
And it was finally like, wow, something that's interesting. So
I thought it was cool when he went to the old movie theater because I'm a sucker for abandoned shit.
yeah, but that was
shit.
just, it didn't make any sense. Like, okay, so all of the dolls the 100 dolls that were buried with Mary Shaw, which all look the same, by the way, were just brought back into glass cases, and then they are all just like, their eyes are moving. So
right.
It's supposed to be creepy. It wasn't. I don't have a thing for dolls. Although our friend Mark would probably be shitting his pants if he watched this movie because he has a huge phobia of dolls. But if you want me to take over real quick on this,
Go ahead.
I'd like to indulge in this a minute. So as you mentioned, the main character, what's your boyfriend's name? Jamie. The main character, Jamie, his dad is a dickhead, and after his wife dies, he goes and visits his father, that's when we meet Amber's character, Ella, and he had the stroke. He's in a wheelchair. She's taking care of him, although she's like, I don't know, 25 years younger than he is.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, oh, okay, it's weird, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but as the story unfolds, that's when we start seeing like the background that comes. And this is where again, sorry to mention it, the Saw kind of attitude comes in, because everything that had been going on during the movie is finally revealed, and that's what happens in Saw quite a lot. And there's like these very like subtle it's like the movie sped up real fast, where there's like frames that are missing and it kind of jumps around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just like I can tell this director does the same exact tropes every single movie. But the dad is dead in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
What a great reveal. I was like, finally,
That
there's
was
10
cool.
minutes left in this movie and there's something good happening. So the ending is great. You find out that the stepmother hollowed out the dad after he had died and turned him into a puppet, and she's a ventriloquist. And of course, as you could probably guess, she's related to Mary Shaw, some way, shape, or form, and she's seeking revenge against the family because that family did something
But they said that
they did something to him.
He wasn't the last one.
Yeah, because
he was.
Jamie is.
Didn't they say something about him being adopted?
I don't fucking know, and that's why I just can't believe that this movie is somewhat of a cult classic. Because honestly, I looked at the Letterboxd reviews, and there's like some positive feedback, including our co-star, the co-creator of this podcast. His rating is astounding to me. I just can't believe he rated it what he did, and we'll get into that when we reveal our scores here. But it doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's because I wasn't paying attention the whole time.
I just feel like this movie was all over the place.
I just started like grabbing for my phone after like 30 minutes. I couldn't continue to watch. It was so bad. I could not believe this movie. But if we're gonna do the takeaways again, two good things with it. And that's the end of the story. Like that's you think we're gonna get a sequel? Spoiler alert, we're not. And
there's no sequel.
I don't think so. But it's like, okay, we find out that Mary Shaw's great granddaughter or great granddaughter, whatever, or granddaughter, doesn't matter at this point, but is seeking revenge for her and her family, and that's great. It's kind of a touching thing, even though it's creepy, and just. That's the last 10 minutes? You finally give us something good and it's over? Is there a sequel?
No.
Great. So it zooms in on her face and then the credits roll. What's happening?
Yeah.
Well, who's alive? Who's not alive?
Yeah, whenever you scream, that's when she gets you. And
no.
Yeah.
Not good.
There was a lot of plot holes in this movie.
Quality of this movie's shit. The filter on this movie's shit. The acting in this movie's shit. I can't believe that it is one of those movies that people are like, oh, that's Billy the Puppet. It's like, bitch, you know what Billy the Puppet is? He rides a fucking tricycle and he has swirls on his cheeks. That's what Billy the Puppet is.
You are too hung up on that.
Here at Pick It and Flick It, we rate our movies two different ways. One being a pick, meaning that you should watch it. It's worth your time. The other being a flick, and it's probably not worth a watch. And then on top of that, we like to give you a little scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, on where we would rate it. And I don't know about you, but this is a fat flick for me.
Oh, it's a pick for me.
Oh, shut up.
I'm honestly, I'm glad I watched it, and I think
that makes one of us.
I think everyone should watch it at least once.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm a sucker for bad horror, like really bad horror. But this is just not a good. This isn't bad horror. This is terrible.
Yeah,
this is terrible.
I think it's worth at least one time watching. Would I watch it again? No. If my friends were like, we're putting it on, I'd be like, if you really want to watch it, I'll watch it with you if you've never seen it. And
I want to tell you too, I just changed my score. After talking about this, I realized I disliked it more than I thought I did.
Oh no.
So I changed my score, which is fine because we haven't revealed it yet. But 1 out of 10.
5.
You gave it a 5?
Yeah.
Well, Luke gave it a fucking 6. Luke gave it a 6 out of 10. He's rating this the same exact score that he rated all 3 of the new Halloween movies. Halloween 18, Kills, and Ends. He gave all of them a 6. If you haven't listened to our review of that, we did it a couple of days ago. Get Confused Reviews first. Hot take before he does the review of that movie in a decade or so. And go over and check him out at youtube.com/confused reviews. Anyways, he gave it a 6. I'm giving it a 3.
Damn.
3 out of 10. This movie was fucking trash.
Wow.
I could not. And especially now that we talked about it again, I'm like, oh yeah, this movie was fucking terrible. And then I mentioned I was going for my phone. Like I couldn't get my hand off of my phone. I'm usually pretty good about that. But I just felt like I was like just ready to sit on my phone after this. Terrible.
Oh.
Fucking terrible. I couldn't believe it. We have 1 day left. One more movie, which ironically we are watching tonight, and it'll be able to be posted. So we're going to pretty much watch it the day before Halloween and post it the day before Halloween.
So we are actually now like...
We're live. This is it. We're not
in April like Luke was calling us out for.
And that's really funny. And, hopefully we have some hardcore listeners that listened all the way through our episodes. But, we did pre-record a lot. And we started in what, April?
Yeah.
We started in April with this. And we're just now, like, it's literally Halloween Eve, and we're getting ready to watch a movie and record it and post it.
Yeah,
so,
we started off strong.
We did. We were doing great.
If we do this again in 2023, we'll just start in January.
I don't know if Luke has the patience to try and have us do this again, but we'll see.
I think if we started early enough, we could be like,
we should just start now, like tomorrow, the day after Halloween. We'll just start watching horror movies and recording them, and then just having them all tucked away. Maybe we will. Who knows?
Yeah. The world may never know.
Subscribe, like, comment. First of all, we've gained several subscribers, which we appreciate you if you're new to the channel. And then we've gotten quite a few comments of people that are, interested in our thoughts. I know the quality's not always the greatest, especially on the Halloween Ends and yesterday's the Faculty, which was, unfortunately recorded remote because Luke is a busy boy and he's not able to come over into our basement every now and then. But, at least our thoughts are being put out there, and we enjoy doing it. I mean, it's not necessarily for anyone else because we're not making any money off of it. It's just us.
It's fun
doing it.
Yeah. Well, and if anyone has any suggestions for horror movies,
we have gotten a few suggestions. However, they're like foreign films, and I feel like they were not like what we needed for the Halloween extravaganza. So maybe we'll watch them separately.
Yeah,
we'll have to look them up. But I'm pretty sure one was all in Italian, so we'd have to read.
Well, I'm always up for recommendations.
Yes, but so if you have anything that you would like to hear us talk about, maybe we'll get Luke to sit down and watch a couple movies with us one day and get back to the normal regular scheduled programming, which is like once a month or once every 2 months we post a podcast and then we disappear again. So I have a feeling that after tomorrow's episode we will be silent for a little while.
Oh,
I just have
that's sad.
I just got a big old feeling. So if you have subscribed and you're now wondering where we've gone, it's just because we've watched 31 movies, and then now we're recorded and made shitty thumbnails and edited it and uploaded it and scheduled it, and it's a lot. Not for me. I just come down here and talk. Yep, you just talk. You watch the movie.
Well, I watch the movie and then I get to come here.
You talk and then I take care of all the rest of it.
And then get criticized.
Yeah. Again, sorry for the misleading thumbnail with the blue background. I'm not making a new thumbnail. I'm just not going to do it. So you're going to have to fucking suffer.
Whatever. We said his opinion. So
yeah. Oh yeah. We
gave his rating. I tried to impersonate him.
We gave his rating. So thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Happy Devil's Night.